So, welcome everybody to the Universal Roots TV show. And as you know, I only deliver the best. So, today we're with Lady One Love. Give a round of applause. But just before we start, I have to say a big thanks to Angelique Love Boutique to make me look so glamorous and sexy and make me feel comfortable. Thanks to you. And I want to say a big up to Mr. Boom and his sauce, the jerk, and the hot sauce. Because what? Why?
Well, because you have to have Mr. Boom at every meal because it's that good.
Exactly. Things has been said.
Yes.
And a big shout out to Jejette Québécois, Jejette Local, to give me the opportunity to be in the beautiful studio. So thank you so much. And I don't forget my coworker, Boubalayan at Burkina Faso. Boop, boop, big up yourself, a big dancehall artist over there. So Kelly, aka Lady One Love.
Greetings. Thank you so much for having me here at Multiculturel Mel. I'm really, really happy. We've had so many exchanges at parties and events and festivals, and finally we find ourselves here.
I know, it was meant, you know?
Yes.
Yes, exactly.
Destiny.
So, and it's such an honor for me as well. I'm very happy because female artists are not underrated. They're they're like not visible, eh? So, and that I want to switch that because we have so many great artists, hip hop, R&B, dancehall, name it, zouk, okay, and we don't see them women often. And now I want to turn that, and that's why I want to bring more women. Okay, and it was a little bit more difficult to get women at first. I don't know why. Maybe because I don't know. I don't know the reason. But I think that now it's been going on since a little while. It's easier. But hey, I got your back, girls, okay? It's all your turn to shine now. And I'm not missing.
So thankful. And I'm sure so many women out there are thankful for this interview right now because we are here to empower one another, to keep each other shining out there. And there's many reasons that women don't get the spotlight or don't get center stage. And we have so many roles that we're playing, many crowns that we wear every day, whether it's being a caregiver to your loved ones, to your family, or to the community out there. There's so many things that women are doing in the community at large, more than just the art scene.
Yeah, totally. And you have many roles, eh?
I'm speaking for myself as well.
Yeah,
as
exactly.
many women out there.
So, yeah, because I see that you have merch, you do some crochet. Yeah, Lady One Love merch.
One Love style. Yes, I'm in my 10th year with the merchandise. And it started all off with a jar of One Love butter, caring for my babies and my belly. And I have 5 children and... it's just been a family product that I said, if it's doing so much for my children and myself, so many other people could benefit from it as well. And then came the One Love t-shirts to promote the One Love butter, and then more accessories in the African markets and the Caribbean festivals and meeting people like Mr. Boom and fellow Rastapreneurs and entrepreneurs and Quebecpreneurs. On est tous là ensemble to support one another. And thank you for giving me a voice tonight.
Oh, I'm touched. Thank you. Thanks to you for saying yes. I want to start that you're Afro-Ukrainian.
Yes, I'm part Ukrainian, yes.
Yes, and half Canadian. But okay, there's 2 things. First, with what's going on in the world today, that's
Yes.
I don't know if you want to get into it, if you want to be, I don't know if you have like a heart cry or something.
I mean, I'm multicultural just like you. I'm Canadian in nationality. I'm Rasta in heart. And of course, we all come from Africa as the motherland. So there's so many roots that pull our heartstrings all around the world. And we could look at the negative situations and the war and the revolution that's taking place, and we are all part of that. My focus is one love in action, one love in my home, keeping it peaceful within my inner space.
Right.
Because just having my own inner sanity is so important. But we are a reflection of as above, so below, and as within, so without. So we can't say that we cut ourselves off from the world or the world events and current things because we're resonating and we're resounding all of what's going on. And now is a time I feel, and so does my family, that one love is more important as a message. The movie came out this year, so more generations now are touched with the message. And my brand gets to stay in style because One Love as a logo on my shirts, One Love as part of the One Love Butter experience as a mother caring for her child or her loved ones with that anointment. These are all things that carry those colors of Africa through. And we need more peace in the world, but it does start with each and every one of us.
True that. Well said. Well said, girl, for sure. Okay, so now let me dig that up because we're
Mhm.
we're white, okay? And
Let's
we
go
all
deep.
have the love for the culture. And
Yes.
I see you, and you have your dreadlocks, and I'm pretty sure your ital as well.
Yes.
So I was like, okay, it's just like the philosophy, more like in a religious way. So how do you feel about all that for yourself?
It's as the Morgan Heritage Project says, and rest in power to all of the, and condolences to all of the Morgan Heritage family at this time. But
Yeah.
Rastafari, you don't need to have locks, love. I call mine love locks, locks of love. But I do feel that love and fear, they do need to coexist, but we have to counteract the fear with love. And Rasta is a divine conception of the heart. And that one phrase really sticks with me in everything I do, my livity, my lifestyle. Rasta is definitely that divine conception that starts with the heart. And my logo is located on my heart with the colors of Africa. My children come from African roots as well. So and we all have locks. So it's part of what unites us. It's part of the oneness. It's part of the love. But let's go deeper. We have to
Let's
look
do
at,
it.
yeah, we have to look at our ancestors, at the
Yes.
oppression that went on in the past, and correct those. Do that ancestral healing. Do that self healing. Everybody's carrying wounds, so it's not going to benefit the people around you in the community and your family if you're carrying that negative energy. So it's a lot of healing that we have to do and take on in our generation so that we can make way for more of that positive day.
Yes. Definitively. I agree. And I don't necessarily wear like the colors of Africa and stuff like that, but I share your vision. I share their vision, and I think that if people will be a more one love, it will be more a peaceful world that we will be living in, which I hope that we get. Before it's too late, because there's so many things going on, and so many lives that getting lost, and it's a disaster.
But it's not too late and it is happening. There's people joining that One Love movement, like you said, each and every day. And I am a true attestament to it because if you could only see my inbox and my DMs, there's people every day saying, "Oh, Lady One Love, you inspired me to do this, to be this, to let this creative project or creative idea out of the box." So I'm seeing that. And I should actually expose that more. But I also do honor the people's privacy when they're sending me a personal
Of course,
message.
of course.
But it touches me in such a way. So, on a general level, I would have to say that every day, I know I and my family and the message that we carry through is touching multiple lives each day. So, I can only imagine all the other leaders like Queen Africa, like Bob Marley's sons and daughters and grandchildren, like all of the people in the Rasta revival, and not even people in the Rastafari movement. You can see now that the response to any adversarial situation in the world, like when the White House was invaded, what song came out the next day? One Love. When there was a situation and the churches were burnt down in Europe, what happened? They put on a One Love concert. And there were no reggae people or black people on stage at that concert, but it's still all in the name of One Love. So we're all around the world. Roger Steffens, who studied Bob Marley's lifestyle and also reggae around the world, showed us that this One Love movement is happening in every country, in every continent, in every nook and cranny around the world. So I have so much hope for the future.
Oh, yay. Well, I have hope too. And I'm happy that you can help other people, to motivate themselves. And you're a busy mom too, eh? Because you have 5 kids. You promote some events. You're hosting. You used to host a radio show as well. You sing. You have your clothesline. She works at a pharmacy. She cooks. She cleans.
Mel, you have done your research. You
Damn
know me
right.
so well. And thank you so much for highlighting all of those key points because they're so true to my essence. And sometimes those are the things that we wake up and do every day and don't really put them as, your credentials. But
Mm.
I know that the things that I'm doing daily, even if they might seem boring to the next woman or man, they're important to my family. They're important to the daily runnings and keeping it cool.
So I see that you're involved in the community because I see you like hosting. Oh, I go around, eh? And
She gets around a lot.
yeah, I say we didn't know each other, but we've seen our faces, So when Jade and Fire, big up yourself, that's another clothing line that you you gotta go and check. Swag City, not to name it.
That's one thing we haven't done yet, Mel, is go shopping together. So now
Oh.
you've mentioned two places that I have not checked out. You know I'm already into style. So I am with you. We're going into those shops. We're going to shop till we drop and come through with some new outfits at those next events.
Oh, yeah, that's hot. Let's do
That's
this.
hot. Let's do it.
For
It's
sure.
a date.
Yay, twinnies, one love, yay. A girl tang. Awesome. Yeah, and I like the way you're in the community, you're there, you're doing your thing, you're a businesswoman, because let's say it, you're a businesswoman,
Yes.
When you crochet, you do your thing, it's crochet, eh? That's what you call it, it's not just tricot, because I seen that things that you've been crocheting, like your
Yes.
candles, your soap and everything, and that takes time as well, it's
Yes.
made with love.
Is all made with love, artisanal.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, that takes time too, And I wasn't there at the Money Talent Show. Unfortunately, I could not be there. I bought my tickets, At least I support somewhere somehow. And I was sad not to be part, And I saw that you were there with you, surrounded with your kids, the one you love, and I was like, oh, there you go, she's doing her thing, and that's cool. So, how did you at first look before to say, okay, I'm a Rasta mom, and I love the culture and everything because me, I quand j'étais petite, je tombais dedans. Okay, so I really started listening to some roots reggae and stuff like really when I was young. And how that did occur on your side?
Well, I think young is the best time to start with reggae because, like Bob Marley says, it mimics the heartbeat. So it's a comforting music for children and for families. And it's a great music when you have in the home, especially as a Canadian or as Quebecois. We go through such a cold, hard winter. And when you hear reggae music and the beat of reggae, it just warms you up. It's so tropical. I love it. Um, Gosh, I don't know where my love of the Caribbean came
Oh,
from.
no,
I
man.
think as a child, okay, I will have to say, as a child, before the whole culture was exposed to me physically in the physical
Mm-hmm.
realm, it was in my dreams. I'm not going to lie. I had many dream experiences where I saw lots of visions of the future of the life that I'm living right now. But I saw a lot of those things in my dreams as a child, sometimes astral projecting and just seeing um, the islands and not knowing where I was and then waking up the next day. Sometimes I would cry as a child and my father would come rescue me in my room because I thought my bed was a boat and I had fallen out of bed, but I, in my dream, fell overboard. So I've been transported, I don't know, in my sleeping time to, I think, show me the destiny that I've been meant to live all my life. And like you said, at the talent show and at every event that I attend, it's with my family, it's with my loved ones, it's doing what I love, it's expressing all my creative juices, all under one Love tent, and all on the stage. using my voice to say something positive to the audience and to the people who have become my friends. Because, like you say, we go around the island to so many different events, and there's many things that tie us all together because we are just in one island, one small island floating on the Saint Laurent. So we all have to get along and coexist together. And for me, all the different roles I play have to come together. So that's who Lady One Love is, and that's what I do when I'm out and when I'm in action.
because there's an evolution, as you as a little
Yes.
youth, and as the woman that you're right now, and because your singing career, if you don't get me wrong, is still new.
Absolutely. The recording aspect of it is very, very new. I'm talking only a year and a half since I got in the recording studio and had that opportunity. I absolutely love it, and I will be putting together an album if it hasn't already come to fruit by the time this broadcast is out. But music and singing has always been a huge, huge part of my life, as well as dance and movement. So it's just something that is, like you say, an evolution and constantly being refined and put on
Hmm.
different platforms as my life continues. And I love it.
Yeah, because it's that thing that you were like hosting and promoting and being on a radio host before singing. So I think maybe like so you got how do you say inspired? I guess
Also,
it's you for sure
absolutely.
you get inspired, but maybe you say okay, now it's my time. You had that in your head for many years, and I was like, okay, I'm doing it.
Yes, I think it's in response to some of the men, some of the lovers I've had in my life, and me doing the womanly role and putting my man in the front and putting all the support and, backing up the man
Mm-hmm.
vocally or in the studio or on stage or backstage. So, yes, as you say, I did feel at this point, after having my 5 children and raising them, now is the time for me to take on a different role and to use my voice differently.
Right, you did good because I heard you training with your vocals. Look at these.
Ah,
I'm a bad singer.
so you're
Okay.
on top on TikTok. That's what, yeah.
Yeah, and I think that your lyrics so far, they send a strong message. We all want a sweet man, eh?
Yes, yes.
Want
But
the
not every
sunshine.
woman sings about that on the air. And because I'm an independent artist, I have that power over my lyrics. Each and every word was chosen by me and written by me and written from experience. And I think to want something good for yourself is a strong message to put out there, especially because I have 2 daughters to show that example for. And also, I'm a facilitator with the One Love Foundation. You can look that up to the audience out there. It's about healthy relationships and promoting that in the universities and schools. And I have yet to hold a workshop in Canada, but it's on my list of skills. So
Okay.
anyone who would like to book me for a One Love facilitating workshop, it's a workshop about talking about healthy relationships. So I don't know where I got off on that tangent, but
No,
it
but
was
it's okay. And but you mean because I know that you worked like at McGill with students.
as
Uh,
a mentor.
yeah,
Yes.
exactly.
Hmm.
Say, and so that makes sense that you want to promote LT a relationship because there's so many feminicide. Women get dehumanized. If I can, is that
This
a
issue hit me hard in the pandemic because you saw a lot of domestic violence, but not just domestic violence, but it got to the point of murder. And
yeah?
so there was a lot of women who did die during the pandemic,
Yes,
and their children were left behind, and very, very
or they
sad
were killed too.
situation.
So
And so, also too. So, and that ties into the reason why I made my song, and that's exactly where I was going with the whole point is we all have to strive for healthy relationships, and some of the music out there that women are on the charts singing is trying to attract a toxic relationship. And from Lady One Love and One Love Style and the message I promote, it's the complete opposite because I've been in toxic relationships. It's not good for me. It's not good for the family or anybody else around. So, because I've been through that, I also know what would feel good. So in my song, I outline verse by verse all the virtues and characteristics and good qualities of a man that I would like to have as a man in my life.
Yeah. Well, we all want a good man, you know?
Yes, and I'm raising 3 boys, and I want them to be good men
Yeah.
for the families that they are about
I'm
to
raising
have.
a boy, and I want him to be a good man too, you know, to respect
Yes,
the lady, to help, you know. And I say, yes. And it's part of our responsibility as a parent to educate our kids how to treat others, and of course, if they see us getting mistreated as well, or they getting mistreated too, well, it affects, you know, for sure. So I think that it's a, and when you're also in a not wounding, comment on a recovery, and that
yes.
you're on the stage that you passed, you passed through that, and that you're a stage of helping. Well, that's good, because you know there's so many here that they need that, you know. And I think c'est vraiment une belle initiative que tu fais. Oui,
Merci.
c'est for kids, for women, and for the future generation. You
Hmm.
know, it all starts with education, with some support, some teaching, and that's what we need. You know, to spread the love, and yeah,
And that's what my music is positioned for. I
yes,
want my audience to be able to connect with the message I'm bringing. I want my
yes.
children to be able to sing my music in the shower, which they do in the car and everywhere they go. When I'm on stage, they're the ones in the front singing the words back to me. So I have to make sure everything is out there going in a positive way. And my other songs are about single mothers going through the different
Struggles, and
and the
I'm
hustle.
a single mom, you know, so and I've been facing a lot of fucking struggles. Okay, sorry for the F words, but yes, you know.
It's good to get it off your chest,
Ah, hey,
you know?
I could
And
have screamed it, but yes, you know, and sometimes
who
we feel
feels it
lonely.
knows it.
We feel lonely. Even with, yes, we have our kids, we have our children, we have our child, but
You know, we have this opportunity to connect with one another because these messages that I'm bringing out there, sometimes I don't know if it's hitting home, if it's reaching the right people. But I know if I'm feeling it, someone else out there must be going through it as well. Maybe I'm going through it times five, but you know, sometimes when you only have one child, it can seem like the whole weight of your world is on you, on your shoulders, especially when you're doing it single handedly. It's not the same when you're in a relationship. But if you are in a toxic relationship and you're compensating for that partner who is absent, then it can be also a lonely experience. But also having the courage to step out from that and realizing that you are enough as the single parent, that you and your children are enough as a single parent family, that still is a family. It's not a broken family.
mhm.
And for me, it also brought the message of one love even to a whole other level, that oneness is just me and my one love for my children. And it's not to say anything about who's not there, but who is there, who's giving that. It is the one person. So
Yeah,
it is that one love.
and I'm happy to see that you're where you're at right now, because it takes a lot of courage to be able to say that I was in a toxic relationship. It takes a lot of courage to be doing a trillion times at the same time. It takes a lot of courage to want to support other women that could be I don't yes, exactly, that could be in a vulnerable situation, and that you're there still, even with your loaded with your life, you know, and want to reach hand, because you know that you can make a difference in a person's life, you know. And
Mm-hmm.
for me, it's very honorable. Respect that a lot, and I have a lot of respect for women, because we're most of the time we're the ones that are put aside. Most of the time we're the one that lives the big shit, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Most of the time, you know, we're the one that they're getting less paid, the one that we get less visibility, and name it. The
And that's
list
where
is
my
long.
song Don't Be a Stranger to Love comes in, because so many people want to ignore the love of a woman, and even we ignore some of the good things within ourselves, which is the love. And we can't be a stranger to that. We have to get closer to the love within ourselves and help one another out to access that so that we can all shine
Yeah.
and receive what we're worth in life and respect ourselves and feel that love within. It's really essential because if you don't have it, you can't give it.
Mm. But it shows that we're strong women, and I think that by doing what we're doing,
And it's not to be too materialistic because we've talked a lot about great ideas in
yeah,
this podcast,
yeah.
but there are certain products that actually do work and they help you look and feel your best. And so I stand behind every product that I promote. Any type of publicity that you see me doing, it's a product that I've used myself or that I stand beside or behind. And there are these times where I will put out a negative review. It's very rare, but I'm telling you, when I do, my community and my audience takes notice, and they're the quickest to jump into the comment section because they see when Lady One Love is not satisfied with something, she's serious about that. So I
Mm-hmm.
do have that benchmark and that standard for the products that I put out there, for the service that I give. And I would expect that in return. You know, we have to love our brothers and sisters
Of
and
course,
love our neighbors, but
of course.
also, respect yourself enough to ask for that service in return.
Exactly. Yes,
Hmm.
that I respect that attitude, and I think that's just being critical and respect your values. So you don't preach for the one love and the this and the that, and then you go scam your brothers and sisters.
No, we can't do that.
Like-
And that's why for the last 10 years that my company's been in business, I've kept my prices at $20. I mean, it's a fair price to ask for anything. Now I'm underpriced, but I don't mind. I really want everyone to be able to have something that says One Love on it and to be able to take that back to their school, to their class, to their family or their workplace or the stage or wherever they happen to be wearing my One Love shirt and to spread that message. So I have to make it affordable and be fair.
But I respect that because with the COVID law, the COVID-19, businesses have been taking so much advantage of that for the rent, the gas, the food, everything, name it, and that
Hmm.
put its families into struggles, and under the name of the COVID. But that's just a way to higher the prices. That makes no sense. There's limits.
It's
And
true.
I'm happy to hear that because I know that probably you pay some products a bit more expensive than you used to, and that you try to keep it as the lowest because you want people to be able to afford your product that are made with love that you believed in and that and that you preach. And you didn't go, okay, well, the COVID is there, so now I have to upgrade my prices 75%, which, most, they all did it. They all did
Mhm.
it.
Actually, one thing that I did switch in my business during COVID, because also we were going through the Black Lives Matter movement at that time,
Mm-hmm.
which I know has its platform has changed and whatnot, and that's a whole other topic. But one thing that it helped my company pivot towards was supporting more of the businesses that were Black owned in my community, as in for my suppliers, for my raw ingredients. And looking towards making more ethical business decisions for where I get my One Love butter products and paying a fair price, being equitable and
Yeah.
really, supporting the local. I don't have to order it from far, far away. And I don't need to name any countries because I'm not against any countries, but it's, I would rather support the brothers and sisters in my community right here.
Of
And
course.
even if it involves paying a little bit more, just to help one another survive.
Of course, like Jaja Québécois, Jaja Lacal, he's all about this. And Mr. Boom, he's local. Angelique Love Boutique, he's local as well. So, yes, we need to support each other for sure. We got to make sure that our brother and our sisters are able to eat and make a living.
Mais oui.
Yeah, so I totally agree with that. So we share the same vision.
On est dans le même bateau.
That's it. Yeah, yeah. Floating the same way, rowing like a boat. Oh la la. So I'm really happy that you're here. Is there any shout out that you want to say? I don't know.
To all of my children, I love
Oh
you so
yeah.
much. And mommy loves you. To all the people in the community that are wearing and sharing the One Love brand and products, keep on doing what you're doing. And thank you for all of your support. to all of my listeners whose lives have been touched by my music, who turn up my songs when they're driving down the road or when they're at home or when they want a nice lullaby for their children or when they're showing up at my shows or festivals to say, hey, Lady One Love, we're here and we saw, what you said. And hi to everyone. Thank you. My heart goes out to all of you. So shout out to all of those groups, to the whole world. One love. That's my message.
Oh, it's very touching. I love that. Yay. So yes, you gotta stay in touch, you gotta follow and give a heart, share that those things it's free. Huh?
Totally free.
It's free and it makes a difference
And it frees your heart because you're going to feel that you've done something good. So free your heart, do something for free, but it means so much to us.
Yes, it's a recognition, for all your hard work, all the things that you're going through and all the love that you're doing. That recognition it means a lot,
Let's grow together and let's continue to grow this movement. Let's continue to make this platform the positive, safe space to talk about these burning questions. And let's
anything,
keep going deep.
Honestly, and I think that it's important to talk about burning question. And sometimes, it happens that we have to cut stuff because sometimes, well, maybe I want to hold up a little bit myself. I don't know how it's going to be received in the community or stuff like that. And that, it's okay, You want a piece cut, it'll be cut. But I think it's important to talk about stuff because how are you going to change the situation if you do the same thing and never talk about it? You're not going to change a lot of things doing this.
I love to dance, but I'm not going to dance around a problem when I know so many solutions and we've been through so many problems already. We can solve them together and we have to face the music and dance in that spirit together.
Exactly. And people, and sometimes people will listen to it and they feel related to a situation and it makes it want to contact you and say, what you're talking about with the health woman, your workshop, I want to do it. I was touched by this, and or I know someone. And the more people that you can touch, and the more that we can grow and solve problems together, and spread the love, it's a mission. It's a mission. It's more than a vision. It's a mission.
And a labor of love, but I'm taking it on, you're taking it on, and the world is taking it on one by one. We're going to keep this going.
Yes, and you can count on me that you have something to promote, you need help, or I'm there, I'm
yes, you are.
Yeah.
You are multiculturelle, Mel, and I am so thankful that you've had me on this show. Thank you so much. Merci, j'apprécie.
My pleasure. Aka rude gal too,
Well, you're never rude to me, so
but it means a lot to me too, hey, by the way, I only deliver the best, okay? And things has been said. Right. Yes, we know, okay? So it's an honor to receive another great artist that had so much to share, so much love to give. And I'm listening and I'm touched. So thank you. And I know that we're going to bump into each other. And who knows what the future nous réserve, hein?
Plein de choses.
Yeah, exactly.
Que de bonnes choses.
It's only the beginning.
Yes. Many good things to come.
Exactly. Big things are going like this.
Yes. But the spoiler alert is it will always be positive and it will always be one love.
Yeah, exactly. Boom. So respect everybody. Thank you. And don't forget to subscribe and follow and like.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Yeah.